You can't simply progress as a nation with half left behind or not struggling to sort of keep pace.
Presented by HSBC. Co-presented by Cognizant. Powered by Reliance Industries. Industry partner, FICCI. Co-powered by SBI, the banker to every Indian, truly.
Hello, good afternoon. You've tuned into Your Stocks, coming live from the CNBC TV 18 Motilal Oswal studios. I'm Vinny Motiwala. Thank you so much, as always, for tuning in. In terms of the markets, we've moved to the green, 23,500. Around that mark is what the Nifty is trading at. And obviously, we're holding on to strong gains in today's trading session. In the morning, we did see some bit of a red, and then we're seeing strong momentum coming in, 23,493 right now. So yes, we'll watch out for where the market is headed in the last hour of trade as well. That'll be important to see. But as of now, 0.5% of gain is what the Nifty is managing to hold on to. Nifty Bank is doing well as well in today's trading session, right? 4.10 to 0.5% gain that is coming in for the Nifty Bank. Broader end of the market seems to be doing better in today's trading session. So let's look at the Nifty mid and small cap, managing to hold on to stronger gains than what we're seeing coming in for the Nifty 50 as well. We had a lot of volatility and crisscross that was going on through the day in the advanced decline ratio. But today, as of now, the broader end of the market managing to hold on to gains. A lot of movers that are coming in, specifically from the metal side as well. So when you look at it in terms of sale, we have NMDC Steel, NMDC, Vedanta, Hind Copper among the top gainers in today's trading session. But that's what the market is looking like. Let's actually get started with the show. And this is the show where we solve all your stock-related queries. So to do just that, we have Shaina Mukaddam, independent market expert, as well as Saumil Mehta, head of retail research at Mirae Asset Sharekhan, to answer all your stock-related queries. First up, let's talk about the first query for today. And this is coming from Bharat, who's writing to us from Mumbai. He's holding 100 shares of BHEL. Price is 311 rupees per share. Wants to know at what levels can they look at booking profit? Is it the right time maybe to book profits? He's willing to hold it for the long term as well from here on, maybe 3-year time period as well. So fundamentally, BHEL, Shaina, good afternoon. What's your view?
Afternoon. So BHEL, yes, I would suggest that he can partly book some of his profits, but hold the rest for the long term. Because the stock has rallied a lot, and we've seen this after a very strong set of numbers they reported for the fourth quarter. Profits, the EBITDA was doubling, more than doubling, and revenues also up by about 36% YOY. At the same time, what I believe is that numbers are going to be lumpy. And while they have a huge order book position, which is, I think, almost 7 times if you compare it to their current turnover, so there is stability that is going to be going forward, but it could be lumpy. So I would suggest that because in the medium term valuations are likely to remain a bit on the higher side, expensive, partly book, hold the rest for the long term.
Okay, partly book, hold the rest for the long term. That's a view on the fundamentals. On the technicals, Sumit, good afternoon. And BHEL, good bet to continue to hold for a 3-year time period, or maybe book out some profit?
Yeah, I think if you're a long-term investor, yes, definitely, stay on and stay invested in the stock. Great stock to be in. It has been in a long-term uptrend. We've seen, 1.5 year of correction, sideways correction. However, it has taken support around very crucial levels and again took off for a very good run up on the upside. Now it has, gone into a next phase of the entire cycle, and I would be expecting this stock to go above 480 500 levels. So my targets are way above 500. So hold on to the stock in the very short term. Yes, if you are a short term trader, you can book some profits around 405 420 levels, between those levels. But if you are an investor, stay invested.
Okay. That's a word coming in on the technicals as well. But let's move on and now talk about the next query. We have Navendu Sharma, who's writing to us from Patna. He's holding 180 shares of Kalyan Jewellers. He's bought it at a price of 418 rupees per share. Currently, the stock is trading at 355, making a loss on this one, right? So wants to know whether he should maybe add more for the medium to long term or just continue to hold at the current levels. Obviously, Shiny, we have a lot that's going on around gold as well. The advisory, the word that came in from PM Modi. What are you watching out for in all these stocks as well? And is Kalyan Jewellers a good bet maybe that one could hold in this segment specifically?
Vinny, I agree with you. There's a lot happening in terms of news for Kalyan, both in terms of the increase in import duty, as you indicated, as well as some changes in the holding that is possible because of changes in the FI inflows and outflows. At the same time, I think one can hold what you're holding, but do not add for now. Wait for the stock to stabilize. Actually, they are doing pretty well. Valuations are quite reasonable now. If you compare their EV to their revenues, it's just about 1 time. And if you look at, their EV to EBITDA is also just about 15 times. So after that huge correction we saw over a 2-year period, now I believe the stock looks reasonably valued. At the same time, I would suggest just wait for the stock to stabilize before adding or averaging further. Because they are doing pretty well. They've got 500 plus stores. So I don't see any long-term issue, but average at lower levels.
Average at lower levels. That's a word on the fundamentals. On the technical front, Somit, I know you're not a fan of averaging, but at the current levels, what should they be doing? Continue to just hold?
I think you can continue to hold, because if you've been holding for a little while, then you can continue to hold, because there are very crucial levels to watch out for around 320 and 300 levels. So I'm not expecting Kalyan Jewellers to go below 300 levels, maybe a little more sharper, but it is better to hold on to these levels, because the rally which we saw from 2020 to 2020, 25, early 2025, and then a small correction. The correction has already happened, and the highs were around 800, and now it is already at 340, and I'm expecting this stock to go till 300. That is kind of a 60% retracement, which is a golden ratio, 61% retracement. Those levels are really very good, and I would say that hold on to it. I'll be expecting the next rally to start, but it will take some time. Be patient on this. Probably it will take a couple of years to base out and then move on the upside.
Okay. That's a word on Kalyan Jewellers, but let's move on and talk about the next query. This is actually a caller query that we have coming in this afternoon from Subramanian, who's calling us from Bangalore. Mr. Subramanian, good afternoon. Take us through your query. I believe it's on Equitas Small Finance Bank.
Very good afternoon to you. I hold 1,000 shares of Equitas Small Finance Bank at an average of about 61.19, holding it for more than 3 years now. I'd like the view in terms of what do I do with it. I know that it just started going up, but what should I do with this in the near term?
Okay, you bought 1,000 shares, 61 approximately is your buy price. Shaina, any word on Equitas Small Finance Bank?
Well, I think there is going to be some upside going forward from here on, because they seem to be doing pretty well. I think in terms of numbers also, the numbers are coming out pretty decent, and valuations have started looking attractive, have the stock having stabilized. So I would suggest, yes, if you're a long-term investor, you can continue to hold.
Long-term investor can continue to hold. Somil, your view on the technical levels for Equitas Small Finance Bank, if you could help with maybe a medium to short-term target and a long-term target as well.
See, long term, I'm definitely positive. I'll be probably targeting 150 plus on this stock. However, in the very short term, I'm a little negative here. Trading below 20-40 daily moving average, has broken a upward sloping trend line on the downside. I'll be expecting this stock to go down till 110, 115 levels. So in the short term, I'm a little negative. But if you can hold on for a little while, I think 150 plus is the target.
Okay, if you can hold on for a little while, then 150 plus is the target. Mr. Subramanian, I hope that answers your query, and thank you so much for calling in as well. But let's move on then to the next query. We have K.S. Rao, who's writing to us from Andhra Pradesh, wants to invest in tourism-related stocks for the next 5 years, wants some suitable suggestions maybe that you can look at as well? Airlines, hotels, what is looking exciting? Shaina, what would you be looking at? Again, in the advisory, there was a lot that came in that you should travel in India from PM Modi, at least for the year. But what stocks would you look at maybe on the tourism-related front for the long term?
Yeah, with travel going to become more expensive, the jet fuel prices are going to go up. I think so in the medium term. So I would avoid the airline segment. I would prefer the hotel segment, where actually we've seen quite a bit of correction already having taken place in the last couple of months. And there I would go with some of the smaller hotel stocks, which of course are 5 star. Like for example, you have ITC hotels. There, the capacity expansion is targeted to be pretty good. If you look at 13,000 keys going up to about 18,000 keys over a 2 to 3 year period. And in terms of valuations, also now the stock having corrected looks pretty decent. We are seeing some buying also coming in from investors. A smaller hotel, EIH hotels also actually they didn't do well in the first 9 months of the year. So this year is not going to be very good in terms of EBITDA growth, more or less flat. But I would believe there also the growth is going to be quite good over the 3 year period. And valuations are not too expensive for the quality of the both these properties, like both for ITC hotels as well as EIH. So I would be buying these two rather than any airline stocks.
Okay, ITC hotels, EIH, hotel side is what China is liking. But Soumil, what's your suggestions maybe on the technical front? What are you watching out for?
There are two stocks I've been tracking. One is Indian Hotels, and then the one is Lemon Tree. So these two stocks are good portfolio stocks. Probably a long-term bet. Indian Hotels, I think, is basing out right now. Probably not the right time.